Hello and welcome back to Fishing Sim World. If you've not watched part one of the Texas State Championship, I suggest you do that prior to this one because it will have probably some spoilers or, well, not that many spoilers. You're catching fish, so there's not going to be much to spoil. But if you want to find out what's been going on previously, then I suggest you watch that first video. So thank you again for watching, and here we go. We're going to get into round two now. So where are we? Are we still on the same map? Yes, we are. Okay, cool. So let's go back to my go-to place for fishing. Seems to always work where I go here on this map. If you want to know more detail, if you want to see more information about this particular map, I think this is called Lake Travis. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think it tells you in the options, does it? It doesn't say anything. Leaderboard. Well, there we go. Lake Travis. So just to confirm, it is Lake Travis. There's a video of Lake Travis. If you want to check that out, have a look, and you'll see my favourite spot for fishing in more detail, and also my preferred lures for this particular spot. If you've watched the previous video, then you know that unfortunately the buzzbait bluegill did not work, or it probably would work, but it just wasn't working on that particular time. So the albino frog saved the day again, so I will be using the same method again, I think. Let's get the albino frog out, and he'll be the guy to save us again. So we're on. I think this now, the way it works is you're on 40. We're on 45-pound fish. I think it tries to better that score, so we could literally just be here for 20 minutes, not catch a thing, and still win. So yeah, let's cast out. The albino frog is on the end. I think we're going to be absolutely fine in this location. I don't think we're going to have any problems winning this. I hope everyone's okay and they're all having fun today, enjoying the summer holidays. I don't know overseas or in the US or anywhere else in the world what dates your summer holidays are, but over in the UK at the moment we are on our summer holidays and everybody's off school, enjoying what should be the sunshine, but unfortunately we're just enjoying the rain. So the northwest of the UK is pretty much all you get. I'm sure it's probably a bit like Seattle in America. It's just weather's just rubbish. Right, so I remembered now, in the previous video we did fish at this sort of angle, and we're a bit more successful, weren't we? So we're going to do that. Oh, there we go. Wow, he jumps a little high, didn't he? Looks like a heavy one as well. If he's pulling that hard on an 80-pound line, he didn't look that big when he came up though, did he? Unless this one's yeah, he's not that big at all. I think it was just the pressure of him diving down on the line, because it is a 30-foot drop, so 30 feet worth of water. I don't think this is going to better any of the fish we've currently got in our catch, in our net. So here he goes. I'm going to go with 4 pounds. Not even that. Oh, 4 pounds, 4 ounces. Yeah, I didn't think he was going to do anything. He's not going to change us anything to our score. Although it's put us up. Oh, okay. It's put us up to 50. The best 5 weight. Ah, okay. I think I get it. So it's the best 5. I thought it was the best 5 weight over 2 rounds. It's not. So it's round 1, best 5 weight in round 1, and then the best 5 weight in round 2, and your score's carried over. So in this one, I got 45 pound in round 1 of bass. So that is like banked, so to speak. And then round 2, if you catch another top 5, also best 5 weight, that gets added on to the 45 pounds. So at the moment, our best is £4 4 ounces for this particular round. And this is only 2 rounds, so this is definitely the last one. But even so, I still think that we could still probably win this without actually catching anything. Right, there is a lot of bass around here, so I think we're just going to have to be a little bit more patient. Oh, he does look a big one. I mean, he looked that big, he couldn't even jump out of the water fully. Let's get him closer, let's have a look. We've seen a bit of his body. Yeah, he looks pretty big. He could be, ooh, 9, 10 pounds. Yeah, this guy, he's big. He's big, all right. Oh, yeah. Let's get him in. That's one thing I do like about this game as well. Then, like, the fish seem to react differently, depending on, I'm guessing, the size and the weight and stuff like that. They act so different. Like, you can get big ones that don't feel big on the line. They come in and you get like a 10-pounder, and then you got the ones that can be 6 pounds but feel really heavy and really difficult to bring in. That could be the situation here, but I don't think it is. I think this guy wants to come in now. Surely, come on. Are you coming in? There you go. Let's have a look. 9 to 10 pound. I said. He looks that way. 10 pounds, 12 ounces. Happy days. Great way to start off this second round. I can see second place is catching up to an extent. Irina. It's pretty much fight for second, isn't it, between Irina and J. Todd Tucker. Now that sounds a really American name. That is a proper American name. J. Todd Tucker. Yeah, definitely American. I got into a situation the other day. I was playing some games. I think I was playing Assassin's Creed and FIFA, this. I was spending like half an hour, maybe 20 minutes on a game at a time, and I couldn't get into that mindset where I just want to stick with one game and do a few hours. I just could not do it. And I don't know if that happens to you guys when you get so many games after a while, and you've got nothing new. You kind of don't know what to pick, and it becomes a really, it becomes a big choice to choose what you want to play. But yeah, it is what it is. Oh, whoa! Happy days. Yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Where you think, oh, should I buy a new one or should I leave it? It's just one of those. I don't even know what my next purchase is going to be, other than FIFA. I've mentioned in the last video I pre-ordered FIFA 2022. But other than that, there's a few games I'm getting for Christmas off the wife and the kids, but I'm not sure what I want to play or what I want to buy myself up until then. There's a few games I thought were coming out this year that have been delayed, which is, well, not been delayed officially, but they're not coming out this year for sure, which is the new God of War and the Hogwarts Legacy game. Big fan of Harry Potter, big fan of God of War. I love my sci-fi, fantasy games. Fortunately, they're not coming out this year, so Far Cry 6 is coming out, I suppose. That's one thing to look forward to, but again, I think I'll get that for Christmas. £7 I'll do. Madden 2022 is coming out soon, very soon in fact. I think it comes out next week. I don't think I'm going to get that on launch date, but I will be looking at picking that up at some point when it might go on sale. I'm hoping the F1 2022 game goes on sale. It's 60 quid at the moment, and it only came out last month, but with the summer sale ending today, I think it is. It's the last day today or tomorrow. I'm sure we're going to see some new games added to a new type of like PlayStation store sale of some sort. I was watching some videos of Fishing Planet last night as well. I thought, I think it just popped up, and I didn't purposely go out looking for it. Um, and yeah, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna have a little look at some gameplay of that, and it made me want to go back on it. But I just remembered how bad the UI interface was for it and the controls for it. So yeah, I didn't go back on it. I don't think, I probably will do at some point, but it's going to be hard going back to a game like Fishing Planet.
When you play a game like this, because this one's just so easy just to pick up and play. I mean, if anyone's looking, I did look at this and think this is going to be more, what's the word? Not difficult to play, but in terms of the interface and the way it works, be harder than Fishing Planet. Because Fishing Planet is it's not linear as such, but the ponds are smaller, and it feels as though you start giving a bit of a helping hand into catching. Not all species of fish, because some of them are really hard to catch, but it sort of gives you a helping hand. But this, if anyone's playing Fishing Planet, I would definitely recommend just picking this up, just to see the difference. I way prefer this more than Fishing Planet. I'm not saying Fishing Planet's a bad game. The gameplay's not too bad. The frame rate's terrible.
But for me, it was just the whole. I mean, I like the fact that you could buy a license for 3 real-time days. I really enjoyed that because what I would do if I was at work, I'd make sure I didn't buy the license until I was off. I knew I had then I'd buy a 24-hour fishing license to fish on that particular pond or lake. I loved that idea. That concept was absolutely brilliant, but I didn't like the interface at all. There's so much on there. And a lot of things with microtransactions as well, weren't they? Now, I know they brought out the Fishing Planet, but that is actually a different game altogether. While it's the same, so let me explain. So if you know this already, I apologize in advance for talking about it. But the Fishing Planet came out back in, was it 2017, 2018, something like that. Again, I apologize, that's wrong. But when it came out, it was just intended to be a free online game where you pay use microtransactions. They were going to put loads of add-ons, and you could buy fish baits. You could spend real money on a fishing license, or you could buy, I think they're called bait coins. So which is the equivalent of like foot coins on FIFA, for example. And it was good because it gave you that opportunity if you're new to fishing games, like I was. I mean, before Fishing Planet, the last game I played was Championship Bash on the PlayStation 1 with a mate when I was about 12. So, it appealed to me because it was free. I thought, because I didn't want to go out and buy a fishing game. No chance, because I was worried that if I spent 30, 40 quid on a fishing game, then I was going to regret buying it because I couldn't do it, or it just wasn't for me. So I bought Fishing Planet. Well, I didn't buy it, sorry. I downloaded it for free, and I really enjoyed it. Now, what they did do later on, there was another developer that bought the rights to Fishing Planet, or they decided to do a disc version, I think it was, but it's a separate company, and they called it the Fisherman Fishing Planet. So I guess they're a bit like an affiliate of the company that developed Fishing Planet, and everything's unlocked from the start. So all the things that you need real money for, or bait coins, which again, even though it's not real money, it is when, because you're having to buy bait coins with real money. So when you use bait coins to buy the different lures, the different rods, different poles, the different boats and things like that, it does mount up some real money, and the Fishing Planet does that better. The Fisherman does that better, in the sense that it was all free, and it was only locked by your rank. So you had to rank up to unlock it, and you use then the in-game currency that you earn, or in-game dollars that you earn through fishing and doing tournaments and stuff like that. So I like the idea of it. I nearly bought it. But then somebody did a review of it. A few people did a review and said basically just to, if you play Fishing Planet, don't buy this because it's exactly the same, apart from it's not locked behind a paywall, so to speak, or a pay to win. So I kind of decided to leave it a little while, and that's when I started, looking at my fishing games for PC, for the Switch, because I've got a Switch as well. And I think I bought a fishing game I did buy a fishing game for a Switch, I should say. It was £1. It was on sale like 90% off, so it should have been like a tenner. And I picked that up, and that's good. But I was just waiting for that game to when you got that itch, you really want to scratch, and you can't get to it. That's what I was like with the fishing game. Basically, there's a game out there. I knew it. I wanted to get it, and I just wasn't sure which one because there's quite a few out. There's is it Rapala fishing, something like that. There's the carp chase or something, or the carp course fishing. I can't remember the name of it. There's the Ultimate Fishing Simulator, which looks really good. Whoa, he's a big one. £10. So there's quite a few to choose from. And I cannot remember. Oh, yes, I do remember now why I chose this one. It was on sale for the collector's edition for like $18.99. So I thought, you know what? I like fishing games now. I know that for sure. Let's check out some YouTube footage before I buy it, and then buy it. Exactly what I did, and I'm not disappointed. So, guys, in terms of fishing games, if you've got this, then you've probably got the best one, because Dovetail Games, however you pronounce it, are really good at making these sort of simulators. So, yeah, I do apologise to ramble on about all these fishing games, but that's what we're here for. We're here to talk about fishing and games, so why not? Why not? But I can't wait until Dovetail Games hopefully show some gameplay footage of Fishing Simulator, Bassmaster 2022, when that comes out, because I'm sure they're going to do stuff prior to release, surely, because it'd be a shame if they don't. Have we sort of moved over to more central again when I really wanted to, I really wanted to fish towards the left, didn't I? So let's, no, it wasn't, yeah. That's where I didn't want to fish. I want to fish here, which I already was, so that's fine. So yeah, I probably will go back to Fishing Planet at some point, just to see how it was. The one thing about Fishing Planet was that I played it to death on the PS4, on the PS4 Pro that is, and I thought it would improve the frame rate, and it really didn't. I mean, I know the frame rate's not that bad when you're fishing, but it is when you're walking around. I think that just ruins the experience for me, because on a fishing game, you want to walk around and have a look at the scenery, and like with this, you're on the boat and you can go to different places and you choose where you want to fish, and it's just nice and relaxing. And Fishing Planet was that sort of game, and I thought, why is it ruin this experience? Because it just locks up for like a second or two for every so often, and it just ruins it. The other thing that I noticed with it in terms of fishing was that sometimes you would have a little lock up for a second when you had to strike, or if you were casting or something like that, and it ruined that particular part of what you were doing. You had to start again for whatever reason. But yeah, that's the only experience I've really had with it. And like I said, for a free game, it's well worth playing. It's just the UI interface for the menus. It's so hard to control. You want to go to the right side, you end up on the left bottom side of the screen. It's terrible. But I'm sure you guys already know that. I'm guessing you guys are all fishing fans, so you've probably already played it, especially with it being free, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't like trashing games, but especially a free one. But at the end of the day, if it's not good, it's not good. But it's if I had to review Fishing Planet and give it a score, I'd say it's okay. That would be it. It's in the middle. It's okay. It's not great. It's not rubbish. It's just okay. This one, I would put it into the good category. I don't like giving any game sort of like amazing scores or anything like that, because I don't believe there is a game that is truly amazing, especially on the fishing games, because there's not, the guys that make them, they don't have a lot of money to have. I mean, if you imagine if Rockstar did a fishing game, could you imagine what that would look like? But there's no market for it, not as much as there is for GTA or a Red Dead, for example. That's why they probably won't do it. So I can see why developers have got pretty much the minimum in terms of what they can put into it. Oh, we didn't. I think that happens a couple of times. Oh, is he? He's still on. There we go. What the hell? Okay, that was strange, guys. That was strange. So I've had this a couple of times where I've struck when I get a bite and it just doesn't detect it and it just says, oh, you've missed out on it. But then this guy, he was determined to stay on, so he latched back on. I'm like, what the hell? He's so I struck, and then luckily we got him. Not that we're going to bring him in, unfortunately, because of the time. He's got 10 seconds. He's destined to be mine, but he's not going to come in time, unfortunately. But we've done it. We've won this anyway. Yeah, never mind. So there we go. We got £2 less on round 2. Let's go to continue. We won it, we know. And we've got 200 points in the bag. I wonder where that guy finished, that John Todd. Oh, I say John, it was J. Todd Tucker, but he's not on there. And I can't move. Oh, yeah, I can move. Let's have a look. Where did he finish? There he goes. There he is. He finished. He is American. To be fair, pretty much all of them are nearly enough American. Although that's a bit biased. That apart from myself, like the top 26 are American. So 25 out of the 26 are American. And then if you go down, that's where all the foreigners finish. That's. Well, I suppose they're not used to the waters, are they? So that makes kind of sense. Well, the Americans are, because it's set in the US, aren't they, for bass fishing? So fair play. We've netted the fantastic amount of money that we can't spend. Great stuff. And now we're going. So hopefully see a cutscene that I saw last time. There we go. Now this was a nice little cutscene. Nice trophy. I was so gutted when I first saw that cutscene, and I thought, oh god, I've done this video. I've not done a video on this, and then no one's going to get to see it. So I'm so glad that we did get to see it on that video, guys. I'm really happy with that. What I would like to see, though, in Bassmaster, if they had a trophy cabinet. I mean, I love the fact, I love games that have trophy cabinets. In sport games like FIFA and stuff like that. I think FIFA have one in seasons mode, head-to-head when you go online, and they don't have one for Ultimate Team, unfortunately, but I don't think there's any trophies to win on Ultimate Team, is there? But yeah. Oh, excuse me, I'm getting tired. Yeah, it'd be nice to have a trophy room where you can see what trophies you've won, the date you won them as well, so it's documented. That'd be kind of cool, because then you could go back to and go, oh yeah, I won that on this particular date. But it's not to be, unfortunately. So where are we up to now? So I think I did videos on these two here. I think that one as well. Oh, yeah, them two I did videos on. That one I did on my own. That's when I saw that first cutscene, and then we just won the championship here, and we saw the cutscene, which is brilliant. And now we've got Lake Boulder, not my favourite, Lake Miller, Guntersville, Jordan, and Seminole or Seminole. I can't pronounce that. I do apologise if you're from Florida and I pronounce that really wrong. I am sorry. So yeah, that's where we're at. We are smashing the season. We're going to probably win it, and then we'll be going into the pros, or I think it's the elite pros. So right, I promised everybody I was going to do a quick sort of video on the setup, the equipment. So let's get to it, because I was going to make a separate video, and I know what, I'm just going to add it on to the end of this one, as I promised in previous videos. So this is what I've done. So you got your first three, and we're not going to look at them two because we're not doing any of those at the moment. So we're going for bass. So this is pretty much it's your default tackle back. I've changed it, however. I've got a bottom sinker, and I've got two bottom sinkers and the albino frog. As you can see, the albino frog's pretty much all my setups. So I decided I want to make a top water lures and then a bottom lures. So then I know that I've got three of each. So when I go out and I select this one, boom, I know what I'm doing. I'm top water fishing. I know what I've got in my kit. And then if I change my mind because I'm not catching out, I can then just go, right, okay, let's try something different, use the bottom lures. And I've got three to choose from in there. Now, out of those three, I would probably say we've got the Probably the Tiger Craw's good. The Bubblegum's my go-to one on that one, to be fair. And on this one, with Bluegill's the go-to. The Albino Frog's a backup. And then the Tropical Yellow Frog is... I'm not going to use that often, but it's just there for a what-if sort of scenario. So if we go to a new tackle box, we're not gonna keep it. This is just for demonstration purposes. I don't even know. Wordy, just random word. Let's go in there. Right. Okay. So that's your default. So if you start the game off, this is what you get. And I tell you what, the only thing you need to change is the line. So if you're new to the fishing game, this is what you start off with. So you go to your bass tackle box, and because obviously I've messed about with it and tinkered with it, this is what you actually get in that bass default tackle box. So you get your rod, 7 foot. You don't need to change them. Your reels, again, you don't really need to change them, but if you prefer to, you can. Your line is what you want to change, because if you're going after bass, chances are, if you've got £7 line, you're going to need bigger line. So the go-to lines for me that I would choose are the Ridge Monkey Fluorocarbon. I think I pronounced that right again. Do apologise for that. So that's £20. That's a good line to start with. I can't remember how much that was, because I own that now in the game, so it's not telling me a price. But looking at these here, these are 1,550 tackle points, so you're not going to be far off that price for them there. So you'll get that from winning one of the tournaments, or leveling up twice will get you 2,000 TP. So I spend it on the Ridge Monkey, £20 Fluorocarbon. The next one you want to get after that is the £80 braid. I was reading the £30 plus down and got confused. But yeah, this £80 braid, again, I can't remember how much, I think it was 6,000 if I'm guessing. And yeah, get this because you're going to need it. Those bass are pretty big, and to save yourself of going through the torment of getting them snapping off or jumping off the hook, get this bad boy. They do not get away from this. I probably lost 2 or 3, and I probably caught about 400. You know what I mean? Something daft like that. So the ratio of catching and losing them is really good with this particular brand, particular line. But let's get to the nitty gritty. So the diving crankbaits, I generally stay away from, not because I choose to or anything like that, or there's something wrong. I've not used them. So I didn't want to kind of review these because I've not tried them. They might work, they might not, I don't know. I'm guessing they will. So the lipless crankbait is the default, the rattle trap gizzard shad. That works really well, as does that one. I don't think I've used anything else. Oh, the Tiger Craw. The Booyah One Knocker Tiger Craw I have used. I've used this one a few times. So definitely worth picking that one up. So on the lipless crankbait, I'll go for the rattle trap, the red crawfish rattle trap, and then the crawfish. The tiger crawfish. I don't think there's anything else. I mean, they're all pretty much the same, just different clothes and different sizes, to be honest. And they do give you a good description, which has made me want to buy certain ones before and use them. So, so yeah, that I have gone off the description sometimes and not off what YouTubers have said. Top waters. So again, I've not had that much experience with these apart from the default pencil bait Spectrum. You get that in your default setup. I'm going, yes I have had experience. Sorry, my mistake. So yeah, that's what you start off with, the pencil bait Spectrum. There's my lovely albino frog that just seems to work. It's my go-to spot, my go-to lure. When I'm fishing, can't find nothing, that's where I go to, and it'll hook me bass, no problem. There's a green version as well, but I've not used that one, to be fair, so I'm not sure what it's like. So again, I would definitely have this in your setup to fall back on. Not really use anything else in here, if I'm quite honest. But I'm sure these will be pretty good as well, especially with them being quite expensive up there as well, 1750. So I'd imagine they still work, but they might require like a type of day, or type of weather, or where you're fishing. So if you're fishing in clear water, open water, then they might require that you need to fish in a more vegetated area. Tried a couple of these. I tried the purple and I tried the yellow. Didn't really have much success. Tried these as well. I did have a little bit of success. I tried this one and I didn't do too bad. I tried the white one as well, and I tried it on Guntersville. I think it wasn't too bad. I wouldn't say it's the thing I'd use to go to because I obviously don't have that myself, as you've seen. So, yeah. Spinners and buzzbaits. Now this is where I got the bluegill from. The bluegill buzzbait is on here somewhere. I think I've used these jumpers as well. The jig baits, they're all right. Again, it's not in my setup because I've not had a chance to use it. And there's the buzzbait. It's called the Reflex Buzzbait Bluegill. That is the one I use mainly when I'm out and about on the fishing. And I've not used a spoon, so I can't say anything about them. I've not used the swim baits either, unfortunately. I've not used any of these yet, and that's something I might look into doing shortly. The worm, so this is the bottom lures now, the bubblegum worm for me. Forget the rest, just go the bubblegum. It works. I've done a video on, it might have been Boulder that I did, and there's a spot there in one of my videos you can have a look at. Do you know what, if you got the time, just go through my videos. They're only 20 minutes long, with the exception of this one and maybe one other. They're only 20 minutes long because that's how long an actual event is on the game. So I don't tend to rumble on afterwards or before. I just get straight into it. So if you got time, maybe do a video a night or whatever and have a look at them. There's some tips out there, and I've used this bubblegum worm in places where you don't really catch that well. Not use any of the tubes, so I can't say anything about them. I've not tried them. I know the soft baits, and I do want to try them actually. I want to see what the differences is. We'll try that maybe on another video. And again with the creatures, I've not tried these either. I'm sure someone said crawfish. There it is. The crawfish are supposed to be really good. And I can't remember if it was that one though. I think it had another name to it. It did have another name to it. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, there it is. The Christy Crawfish. Yes, the Yum Christy Craw. So a lot of people rave about this. I've not tried it, but it's something that I will definitely have a look at. I've not tried the grubs. I've tried these two, and again, it just seems to be average. Like, sometimes you catch, sometimes you wouldn't. But the ones that stand out for me, again, not tried these. I've not tried them. These are the brand ones now, the branded name ones. So we've been through all these now, so there's no point in going through them again. But the ones I have gone to are the ones I've got there. With the subject to the tropical yellow frog, which we're not really given a good testing, the bluegill buzzbait and the Balmoral frog work no problem. The bottom water ones. Now, I could probably do with taking out the tiger craw, just to put the rattle trap in there because I know the rattle trap works really well. But the bubblegum for me, definitely have that in your setup. And the minnow perch, I've tried a couple of times. Now, the downside with the minnow perch, it can catch perch. It can catch some other ones as well. I think it's what are they called now? I think they're called, was it sunflower fish? I might be very wrong in that, but there was another small fish that looked a bit like a perch that it was catching. So it doesn't always catch bass, if that's what you're going for. So it's pretty much an all-rounder, that one, for fish. But yeah, let's just select this one so I can delete my demo one. Gone. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching and taking your time out to do it. It really means a lot. As always, please like and subscribe and leave a comment if you wish to do so. Take care wherever you are and enjoy the rest of your day or night wherever you are. Thank you very much. Bye bye.